G'day, it's Joel Rasmussen for Southern Cross Combat. I'm here at XFC Carron Downs talking to Mr. Jack Lyons. Jack, thank you for the time. It's good to talk to you again. It is fight week for you. Just then you were having a PT. You're still coaching even though it's fight week. How are you? How was coaching today?
Yeah, good. I mean, I love what I do, man. This is the dream. And, yeah, I feel good. I feel great. Everything's gone to plan. I'm just ready as ever. If it was last week I'd been ready, I'm ready to go. So just excited to get in there and do my thing.
How has the turnaround been between the last fight and the one before that? There was a bigger gap. How has that time, not off, but, you know, it's a smaller gap now. How is it to get a quicker turnaround?
Yeah, good. It still has been a bit longer than I would have, say, liked. You don't realize how long it was since November. So not as soon as I would have liked, but it's given me a good, plenty of time in preparation. I haven't stopped, and, I just kind of kept rolling as I have, and, yeah, man, I'm ready to just keep that momentum from that one ticking along.
You were fighting Raphael Scott. Something I believe we spoke about before your last fight was a potential fight with Webb. Obviously, that's not happening. You were booked against Raphael Scott. Were you surprised that you didn't get the Webb fight?
I wouldn't say surprised. He's been quite active. I personally haven't been as active, so I understand that. It's a fight that obviously I thought would possibly happen, and I'm down to do. I want that hex belt. He has that hex belt. Sort of 1 + 1 = 2. But he's doing his thing now, and wish him all the best. Whether it's we meet somewhere, have nothing but respect. But I got my eyes set on that hex belt, regardless of what it is.
I don't mean to ask you too many questions, not about your upcoming fight, and we'll talk about your upcoming fight in a moment. But I do want to talk about that. You said your eyes are on the hex belt. That's kind of what seems to be your motivator at the moment. He seems to still have it. He is tied up for a year in Eternal. It wouldn't shock me if they strip him. Do you think they'll end up stripping him of the belt, or he'll vacate?
I'm really not too sure. I don't really, sort of focus on what I got to do, but that's sort of my goal. If it's him, then sweet. But I'm not exactly sure what his plans are going forward. So not exactly too sure. But yeah, I want it, so that's my goal.
If you get a victory at this upcoming Hex, that'll make you 5-1. Do you think if you get a victory coming up, you're next in line for the title?
I think it'd be fair. I've obviously not been as active, but my last performance, I believe, was, fair enough to put me right back up at the top, and I'm going to do my best to make sure this one is too. So, I think I'll be able to prove that I am ready for it. Yeah.
Now, if he does end up vacating and you are the man who's next in line, is there anyone in your head who you think should stand across from you if you're fighting for a vacant belt?
I honestly haven't thought that far. I'm focused on Raph and getting through this one, but yeah, I'll focus on that later on. I'll focus on Raph right now and do my thing.
Talking about Raphael, what are your thoughts on him as an opponent? Do you know much about him?
Not a great deal. I have lots of respect for him. Coming back in the game, it's a big thing, and he's had his time off and done whatever he's had to do. I have respect, and I'm ready to just put on a good, hard fight. I know he's going to be tough, and I expect nothing less. So, yeah, no respect and ready to just go out there and do our thing.
Now, talking about that time away, he spent 6 years out of a professional mixed martial arts competition. I don't know how to word this, so I'm just going to say it like this. Do you think it's smart to come off a 6-year layoff and fight you?
I have confidence in myself that I can get done against anyone, but I think that I had a bit of time off. It didn't really faze me, so I don't know if that's, I'm not really counting on him to not be fazed by the time off. But yeah, he's a game opponent, obviously, if he's, doing that, and I know that there's a reason why he's doing that, because he's, obviously been training or something, but I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe, everyone has their reasons, but I respect his, and I'm ready to meet him in the middle.
Now, talking about meeting someone in the middle, your last fight, first round KO. When you have that time away and then you work for it, you come back, you have that fight, and then it's over in the first round, kind of like, how is that for you? Are you like, damn, man, it's done, I want to get back in there? Like, how is it for you when you get like that fast finish?
It has its pros and its cons. Like, I think it was close to 18 months or 2 years off. But I kept training the whole time. My mind sort of stayed active, so I never really felt like that ring rust, or I never even thought about thinking of it. I was like, no, this is what I do, But time in the ring would have been valuable, but I also don't get paid by the hour, so it's like get in and out. I think that was what that was the plan, and it went to plan. So happy to just keep sticking to the plan.
Talking about opponents and all that, the one loss that does sit on your record is a split decision loss to Abdallah Biata, a man who fought at lightweight, went down to featherweight, came back to lightweight. Two things. One, he fought Harry Webb. That was his last fight in MMA. Did you watch that fight, and what did you think of that fight?
Yeah. I did. I tuned in, of course. 2 game opponents. Abdullah's tough. I know that. That's one that I would, love to get back, definitely. But yeah, I mean, it's a wild fight game. It only takes one shot, so that was clearly evident that it takes one. But he's been doing his thing, and so have I. So who knows what will happen? And we'll take that as it comes.
Now, switching up a little bit here, I've spoken to a man a few times by the name of Khan Offley. Spoken to him before. The first time I spoke to him, he told me about how he used to train here, and I was wondering had you ever trained with Khan?
Yeah, Khan was my my coach who gave my blue belt, actually. So yeah, we've had a fair few rounds in the gym, and I still have a good relationship with him. Whenever I'm in Bali, I'll chat to him and go see him. But yeah, man, that's so exciting. It's cool because ever since I've been doing this, and see Adesanya and all those guys come through the local thing, through the Hex, through all of the organisations. It's really cool to watch them, and especially Khan, on a personal level, I know him quite well, and he's grown up and gone and done his thing. So it's awesome. I wish him all the best, and I'll hopefully follow in his footsteps.
He's obviously on the Ultimate Fighter this season. How do you think he'll do on the Ultimate Fighter?
I think he's done all right. I don't know exactly, but he's got a smile on his face that I reckon he's done all right. So I think, man, he's world class, and he's shown that in all of his fights, and I think he'll do the same thing in the show.
If I'm not mistaken, he gave you a blue belt that you still hold today.
Yep. I'm a no-gi for life. No, I'm a 7-year blue belt, so there you go. I mean, it's just a belt, but I don't think that I'm a blue belt. But, man, I mean, it's been a long one, so it's starting to fade. It barely even fits me anymore, but I'll hopefully get a new one ASAP.
Last time I saw you around fight week, it was at the weigh-ins, and if I can say this, you're a pretty jovial guy, pretty nice, happy dude. Weigh-in, you were all business. You were switched on. When does that kind of transformation happen? Not to talk about what's going on behind the camera, but we've got kind of there was a kids class going on. Someone's having a boogie back there. How are you this far out from a fight, and when do you kind of flip that switch?
I try not to. I like to be pretty easygoing and just enjoy the simple things in life, but I try and sort of focus on going about my business as normal. Fight day I treat as normal. Everything I treat as normal. Obviously, I do flick a switch, but I don't try and do it too early to a point where it starts to be draining. Once I get in there and get in the weigh-in and start to it feels real, then I really do just hone in and all eyes on the prize. So yeah, I'm not going to over fuss about it. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I'm going to bring to the table, and I'll let the results speak. I'm no point trying to tense all up now about it. When the time comes, I will be, but for now, I'm chilling.
And ahead of this fight, you've been selling some T-shirts, and I noticed one in particular. It was 2 designs, and one of which had the phrase "hard-earned reality" on it. I was wondering, what is hard-earned reality? Is that something you're involved with? What is hard-earned reality?
Yeah, so hard-earned reality is a little tattoo that I've got for myself. Just sort of read about it one time, read a little thing. I was into that. I really resonate with that because everything that I've got in my life today, the position that I'm in with fighting, everything that I've earned and got, I've earned my fucking self, and no one can take that away from me. I've worked hard. I've worked my ass on the ground. Family's, never been, so go get it yourself. So it's just more of a friendly reminder to me and others out there, that you've got to earn what you want, what you get, you deserve because you've earned it. And it's just something, a little friendly reminder for me. I can look down and go, you know what, I've earned everything, and I'm going to have to earn whatever I want. So that's my little bit of a mojo. Yeah.
And after your fight in the cage, you made a statement. I can't remember. I'm not going to be able to repeat it word for word for you. But essentially you said, forget everything I did outside of the cage. I'm back now, and I'm here to fight. I believe that was kind of in reference to the marathons. And then after your last win, you went and you ran a marathon. So what is your relationship with the marathons? Do you like being known for the guy who runs them, or do you not? Why? What are we doing?
You know what? I've learned to just go and embrace it because, again, same thing. That's no, I wouldn't say it's an everyday thing, but at first it was this guy's a marathon. I just wanted to prove to people that I'm still a fighter. I have been fighting that whole time that I was doing it. But I really do just love a challenge, a physical and mental challenge, and really just trying to better myself in any way possible. Right now it's fighting. It has been running. Whatever it is in the future, I'll take it. But rather than more of a runner or a fighter, I'm more of a doer. Just trying to fucking get after it and squeeze every ounce of this life that I can.
Now, we talked kind of about the next steps and maybe fighting for that belt, and you said it yourself, you're not looking past this upcoming fight. But with your career, do you have a roadmap? Do you have kind of a rough idea of like, I want to do this and I want to do this? Are you someone like that?
Yes and no. I, obviously have my goals, my bigger goals, but I like to break things down and, focus on one thing at a time. The big leagues is definitely the dream and the goal. We'll get there. The UFC, we're coming, but yeah, just focusing on one thing at a time. And right now it's just getting through RAF, because without doing that, none of that happens.
Jack Lyons, I thank you for the time. I was looking at my phone to make sure I didn't mess up any notes, and I wanted to ask you everything. You don't have all the time in the world being fight week, so I do appreciate it. Thank you very much for the time. Best of luck in the fight.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.